welcome back to the NFA Review channel. Today we're going to take an in-depth look at the Radian Weapons Model One rifle. A lot of you already had some actual hands-on time with this. At my Memorial Day shoot, we had 1,200 shooters come out, a lot of awesome companies. One of them was Radian Weapons, and they had these for demo all day long. But before we get to the shooting portion of this review, let's go ahead and take a detailed look at what makes this rifle stand out amongst the rest. Many of you don't know that Radian Weapons is formerly AXTS, so that's where you see the 45-degree throw safety and the Raptor charging handle on here. When they set out to design their own AR-15 from the ground up, as you would have guessed it, they had an ambidextrous mindset in place. So when you look at this gun on the right and the left, it becomes very apparent that they designed this from the ground up for a left-handed and right-handed shooter. And I'm telling you, the ergonomics on this have perfect placement. More on that later. When I first met up with Radian, I thought, as many of you are probably thinking right now, great, another AR-15. Many of you have forged this and billet that, and my gun's better than this, and this has special pins, and yada, yada, yada. When this came and I unboxed it, immediately it became apparent that this was a very high quality factory SBR, and they have paid some great attention to detail. Every single one of these is made right here in the great United States by one gunsmith each gun. Just the packaging alone on the box was a cut above the rest. I mean, the foam they have in there you could probably use on a Pelican 1700 case. Might be a little bit too small. I believe the dimensions were 29.5 inches long by 12.5 inches wide by 3 inches deep. So it's beautifully done, and it just shows that they care that the gun arrives to you in one piece without any scratches on it. So that was pretty cool to see. Hopefully some of you out there can figure out a way to fit this in some sort of aftermarket case. I ordered mine directly from their website. It's pretty simple, guys. You can just go on their website, scroll down. You have the option to choose the caliber, choose the barrel length, and choose the color of the gun. I went with a 8.7-inch 300 blackout factory SBR. If you don't want to do the SBR and you're a fan of the new ATF's ruling, the flip-flop and ATF, that you can now shoulder a SIG brace. They do offer a pistol version of this same gun on their website, so there's no wait. Some quick specs. My particular rifle, as it sits with the flash hider and everything, comes in an overall length of 26.5 inches with the stock fully collapsed. And it only weighs 6 pounds 6 ounces, which shocked me. It feels heavier to that. I don't know if it's just you can feel the quality in your hands, but it did weigh in on my scale at 6.6 ounces, so super light there. And as I mentioned earlier, my barrel comes in at 8.7 inches. It's a 300 blackout. Now they do guarantee these to shoot sub MOA with Black Hills ammunition. For my review, I don't have any Black Hills on hand. I have the 147 grain from Freedom, the Supers, and of course the 220 subsonic Hush rounds. So I'll just put those to the ringer. We'll do a 100-yard grouping test and see what this thing can do shooting from a bench, as well as some other fun things. It's an ambidextrous gun, so let's get crazy with it. Moving on, you might have noticed the letters ADAC written on the side. That stands for ambidextrous dual action control. So this does have a right side and left side bolt hold open feature, as well as magazine, as well as safety. Like I said, fully ambidextrous. And the paddle size on the left side of the gun for the bolt release for us righties out there, when we take our offhand and we use our thumb to shut the bolt, super wide, knurled perfectly, no sharp edges. Something that small with a lot of attention to detail shows that they really do care how the end user is going to use and operate this gun at the range. No weapon from Radian Weapons would be complete without the formerly AXTS Raptor charging handle. This one does have the Raptor SD, so you don't get as much gas blowback in your nose. I'm going to be happy with that, considering this is a direct impingement AR, which I actually prefer. There's not as much weight as with a piston gun, and it should run right out of the box. We will find out shortly. It also ships with a K-grip from Magpul, a Magpul SL stock on it, some really nice machine takedown pins, a Silencer Co. ASR brake, which the only can I have left that I would run on that is my old Spec War, which is huge for this gun. So for the shooting portion, I'm gonna take that mount off and I'll throw on like a Omega 9K or a 45K or something like that. Something more compact and more suitable for this rifle. The bolt carry group is coated in black nitride and is an M16, so it is full auto ready as far as the upper is concerned. As you keep digging and looking into this gun, you can just see where they didn't skimp on anything. The rail is all proprietary and it feels like a bar of soap on the edges. It reminds me of the days when Kimber, their melted guns were very popular for carry. It kind of has that same polished high-end feel on the rail. It's very comfortable to hold your hand. Has the M-lock on it, so you have no problem attaching accessories or anything like that. But if you're just gonna hold it and run it as it sits, it's super comfortable to hold in the palm of your hand. The top, they even have a little Radian inset engraving that looks really high-end. Takedown pins or logoed or theirs. Everything on this gun interacts with each other very precisely. There's no rough edges, there's zero machining marks. Even through the paint, you know, on some guns you can see through the Cerakote how they didn't, you know, quite polish it before it was ready to be painted. This gun was obviously gone through with a fine-tooth comb. When I first took it out in the box, I checked the trigger. I forgot what trigger was in it, and I was like, wow, that literally broke like a glass rod. And this is coming from somebody who loves Trigger Tech triggers. This has the ATC gold trigger in it, and it's perfect for this gun. As with any gun that is designed from the factory to be set up, suppressed, they thought ahead, went ahead and threw in an H2 buffer in here. It does have an adjustable gas block on it. I don't know whose it is. It might be theirs because it is unmarked. I didn't get that information for the video, so we're gonna see tomorrow how it runs. I'll bring a tool with me just in case I need to adjust it. But as far as the gun, I think we covered everything. It's gonna be 7075 T6 aluminum, beautifully coated in Cerakote. They paint the handguard, the upper and the lower all at the same time, so you don't get any shading issues. And this all comes with a lifetime unconditional warranty on your gun. I think it retailed for about $2 grand. They run sales all the time. Matter of fact, this week they're doing a Father's Day sale of 20% off. So that's a pretty good hit on this gun. Putting it, I think, way below its value. I think they're crazy. To get this gun for $1,600 is an absolute steal. I'm not kidding. I have a safe full of other companies, guns, Article 2, Santan, those are really nice guns. I put them together myself. I don't know if it's just me putting it together versus Radian going through it, making sure everything's perfect. But this gun, man, it really wowed me when I pulled it out of the box. And this is coming from someone, again, who doesn't really give a flip about ARs anymore. They're boring. This one kind of changed my perspective on that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hit that range and see just how she does. Range, let's do some basic tests here. I have the Freedom Munitions 147 grain Supersonics. Have the muzzle device off, nothing but threads there. Let's go ahead and make sure it runs unsuppressed. Let's see what we got. Yep, and it's shooting pretty tight groups too. Curious to see what I can do with it on the bench. We'll do a 100-yard MOA guarantee check in a little bit. All right, through the Omega 9K on here, I have to say it looks pretty badass with a K-can on here, guys. Now this is a perfect little home defense setup. Throw some 220 grain subs in here, throw this can on here. Now this is not gonna make it super backyard quiet, but this is gonna take the edge off enough to use it in your house. We're gonna run another can on there in a minute, see just how quiet it gets. Now, since this is not a suppressor review, this is more of a function test, I'm gonna play around with the steel, make some noise. Okay. And just for giggles, we'll shoot the backstop. More. Man, I love that trigger. All right, let's quiet things down a bit. Let's try the Sandman Titanium. So adds a lot of length to the can. The overall length is definitely increased, but it's titanium. It's not really adding much weight. Actually, it balances out pretty good. So let's see with the added volume of this can. Let's see without adjusting the gas. I have not adjusted the gas block off camera at all. It ran suppressed and unsuppressed just fine. Let's try it with this can. See how it sounds. Do a couple hits on steel. God, that's loud, this steel. All right, shoot the backstop. Sweet. Whew, that last one got away from me a little bit. That trigger is light. So it runs unsuppressed, runs with the Omega 9K and the Sandman Titanium. So, like I said, I did not do any adjustments to this. I actually totally forgot to lube it. Just now I remembered I did not lube it. So straight out of the literal box, this gun will run just fine. Let's do some mag dumps, see if I can get it to hiccup. Gotta love that ambidextrous controls, man. That's awesome. All right. Oh my God, that's loud. Oh my God. Well, as you can see, no malfunctions. It is dry. Runs like a clock. You know, I'm really impressed with this gun. It's been a long time since I've taken a gun out of the box and not had to adjust something off camera or something like that. I mean, it's running so smooth. All right, let's see how this one MOA guarantee stacks up. I'm shooting 147 grain, Freedom Munitions Supersonics. Nice. Weapon clear. All right, I don't practice shooting left-handed much at all, mainly because the equipment I have doesn't support it, and I'm a right-handed shooter. But now that I have this, I think I'm going to toy around with, in my training, I'm going to start to shoot left-handed and learn to shoot ambidextrous. So let's see how this feels. Switch my eye. Okay, yeah, that's really awkward. But the controls are all where I need them. I got my safety with my thumb. Okay. I can drop the magazine. All right, I can even flick it like that and totally screw that up and get sand in it. See how it runs with sand in it. All right. This is crazy. See if I can even hit the steel. So awkward. Wow, that is weird. That is crazy. So yeah, you lefties out there are definitely gonna like this. Okay, what other gun out there reminds you of this grip it and rip it type magazine release? Palm around the mag, thumb depresses the lever, magazine comes out. Hold on. I believe ya, but my Tommy gun don't. Perfect cameo here, and as I said, grip it and rip it. When I first picked up that gun and I had this Thompson M1 on loan in my safe, the first thing I saw when I manipulated both guns was the similarity between this movement here. So just figured I'd show you that. And why not? Why not shoot a Thompson? You would do the same thing. Don't talk to me. All right, we're done shooting for today. I want to give you some final thoughts on the Model One from Radian Weapons. Ran 100% out of the box again. I forgot to oil it before I filmed today. Thank God it ran 100%. So no oil, runs 100%, unsuppressed and suppressed with different cans on it. And it hit their 1 MOA guarantee with the incorrect ammo. Luckily the ammo from Freedom Munitions was up to snuff, and I was able to get my 1 MOA group. So I'm pretty impressed with this rifle, guys. If I had to nitpick one thing that I would change, since they did design the handguard, I would put a QD mount right here. This is a smaller section of the M-LOK. I think it's perfect to machine a QD mount for a 2-point sling stud here. It didn't have one. Yes, you can just put one here on the M-LOK, I know, but that would have been nice to see. I mean, the Magpul stock already has one in it as well as their end plate. So it was kind of, I mean, you can run it with a single point. I like 2 points on my AR. So that's about the only nitpick I can come up with. Other than that, everything ran as advertised, and I'm looking forward to getting some more training in on shooting this thing left-handed, which is very awkward for me. But practice makes perfect. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Some sponsors I used today was shootsteel.com and Freedom Munitions. Both of those share the same coupon code, NFA Review, so go check out their website and save some money. So again, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, click that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.